I'm going to walk you through how to build a sales funnel. And if you'll stay with me to the end of this video, I'm going to show you how you can actually get this same funnel in under 5 minutes. So I'm going to show you the proper way to build a sales funnel, what you actually need on a sales funnel, and that's it. So this is ClickFunnels. If there's plenty of different softwares out there that you could use in regards to building your sales funnel, but what's most important, it doesn't even matter. You could use Wix for all I care to build a sales funnel. Wix is a website builder, but you can just use this framework to build a sales funnel on any platform. There's all these fancy bells and whistles that you can get on all these different platforms, but it doesn't matter. You're wasting your time by worrying about the platform. So the first thing that we're gonna do is build a sales funnel. So you're literally just gonna go up to here, click build a funnel. I always go create new funnel because what they're gonna do is build you out a framework, a templated framework, which, you know, if you wanna make it simple on yourself, go ahead. But I'm gonna go for the custom. We're going to say live demonstration funnel. Okay, you can group them. So if you wanted to group based on different projects, you could there. We're gonna go ahead and click build funnel. The first page you have is gonna be an opt-in. So we're gonna build out the pages first, and then we're gonna go in and edit it. So first off, we're going to have a registration page because we're going to run a webinar. So this is a webinar funnel that we're building. We'll go over here to click registration. Okay, so you can pick a template, and you know these are proven by ClickFunnels to work. So feel free to use the template that they give you. Okay, so that's what it looks like. So let me give you a little briefing. So the green is your sections, which is this whole section here. Your blues are your columns, and then your rows are the individual rows within the column. So this block is a row, and this block is a row, but this entire block is a column. Now, the orange is a element. Okay, so the elements are your images, your text, whatever. It's all the stuff that goes within the columns, rows, and sections. Okay, so see how simple that is? This is literally what we're gonna build, but we're gonna do it way better. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and delete all this stuff. Oops, so you can save your sections and stuff. I'm gonna go ahead and also hop out of here and show you, make sure you always save, okay, that's key. And then it's going to populate the SEO metadata. So this is what populates on Google. You know, live I can't even spell. Live demonstration funnel. Give it a description. You know, as far as SEO goes, this isn't going to make it populate to the first page. Give your keywords. So whatever industries you're in, whatever represents what you do for business. Your name, you could put your name or the business name depending on what you're doing. Give it an image, so you can click here and add a little image so it'll populate too. So when you send the link to somebody, it shows up, shows that image of what they're going to be clicking on. Okay, so make sure you have all those updated. So first we have our registration page. Now we're going to add a step, the webinar. Okay, so there's a couple ways that you could do this. I'm doing a automated webinar. So we're going to create the webinar step in a live scenario, and I'll go ahead and just add it. You're going to have a confirmation page. On that confirmation page, you're going to have the details of the webinar, and it's going to go right here. Because in a live scenario, you're going to have a countdown from like 7 to 5 days. That's typically how long I would advertise a webinar, a live webinar, excuse me. Okay, but we don't need that. We're not doing live right now. So you can actually save templates so you can make this easier on yourself, but you'll get access to this at the end. Okay, now we'll go to the second step, which is the webinar. We'll go to the broadcast room. Just select anything because I'm going to make it my own. Okay, we're going to add another step. This one is going to be the sales page. And it may be worthy to label your path as you're making the funnel step, but we can do that here in a moment. Okay, then we're gonna have an order page. See, this is what I mean by path. So you'd put order because this is what's gonna populate after right here. You see, after the .com part. We'll come over here to sales, do order form. So this is your checkout. In order to add, you know, the fields that allows somebody to pay with your Stripe or your PayPal, you have to have an order page. You can't put that on any other page. So make sure it's an order page when you are setting up your sales funnels. Okay, so see, it says order now. There's also another place I'll take a quick moment to talk about. You need to also make sure on each of these pages that you go to publishing. We've already done the path, right? This is what the path turned out to be because we put order now. And now we need to also go to this gear icon and type it in, because now it's going to auto populate a number behind this. So what I like to do is do -1. Okay, and then update. So now when we go to this page, it's going to say order -now-1. So it doesn't have a bunch of numbers after it because that. And then when you do your advertising and you're trying to track certain pages, it becomes a lot easier to see what you're doing. You can also create a variation. So when you create a variation, which means you're split testing, so you can do an A/B split test. You can create a page from the duplicate. Basically, you're duplicating the page and just changing some minimal things. I accidentally clicked it a few times, so we'll go ahead and delete this variation. Okay, so see, now I have 2, and you can split the traffic in half, 50-50. Well, yeah, 50-50, or you can do traffic one or the other. Okay, and just make sure to apply changes, and you can come in here and edit. So I'll delete that. And then also make sure you change the path on the gear there. Okay. Now that we have that, we'll do a confirmation. So you can't leave this step out. This makes people, or shows people that their order has been completed and that they're going to actually get what they ordered. So you need to have this. This is also going to have all the instructions in order to get access to their product. Okay, confirmation. So now the next few pages that I build out are simply for follow-up. Okay, so we're gonna have a replay page, but we'll go into webinar. We'll go back into this. We'll select this template. Okay, replay. Now we'll add another step. So now this gets into the follow-up even more. So we're gonna have a case study. So if you have testimonials, this is where you're going to put it. I would make this your very best case study. Okay, and this, it's not going to matter now, so I'll go over to MISC and just select anything here. Add another one. Objection 1. So we're going to have 2 objections, internal and external objections. OBJ-1. These are going to be videos. You got to be willing to get on video for this, okay? And the other thing that you can do here in order to save yourself a little bit of time is come down here and clone the funnel step. So when you clone the funnel step, you want to make sure that you add it to the funnel. And then also go into publishing and rename it. So this is going to be objection number 2, OBJ 2. Okay, you want to always make sure the path is set up properly. Again, on all these steps right here, I'm showing you examples. I like to keep it very short and simple to the point. Okay, objection 1 and 2. We got our case study. We've got our replay room. Another great option here is going to be the FAQs. So your frequently asked questions, if you can come up with about 10 of your frequently asked questions, if you don't have those already, you can also just go and you can really just make it up. What are their biggest objections? What is it that keeps them up at night? You know, what are they going to be worried about? Is it money? Is it time? Is it the capability? Do you have to be skilled at something? How long is it going to take? How much does it cost? Is there a payment plan? What's the process? Is there a refund guarantee? You know, so that gives you some ideas right there. So now we've got our FAQs, our objection 2, 1, case study, replay. So all these pages can now be used in our follow-up. And you can add as many as you'd like. You can add videos, just different trainings you've done. You can do different value adds, and then you could even create a button that brings them back to the sales page, or even direct to order page if they've gone through enough follow-up. So now let's move over to our webinar registration. We're going to edit the page. Okay, see how so I already deleted everything, right? We'll go full width. So you click the plus button, go full width. This gear icon is where you change the settings. I like white backgrounds. You could, and sometimes I'll even go like, you know, just barely under white, just so it's not so bright and in your face. Don't worry about a background image. You're wasting your time by doing that. These are your top and bottom margins, so you can see how that moves. I like to make sure I have enough space to work with. Okay, this is your rows. I'm going to do a 1-column row because I'm going to put my headline in there. So that's my element. And when we do our headlines, it's going to be something along the lines of how to X without Y, okay? Or discover blank. So discover the virtually unknown secrets to scaling and automating your brand influence. Okay, so maybe that's what you're trying to do, is help somebody get more brand recognition. Now this is where it comes in, where you need to know your perfect prospect. So we go over to the gear icon where we can edit this stuff. Two of my favorite fonts are going to be Populate 1. Don't get caught up in this, but something that's legible, or you can go into the fonts and type in Montserrat. I think that's how you say it. But we'll go with that. So discover the virtually unknown secrets to scaling and automate your brand influence. Now, another one I would add here is a subheadline, which the subheadlines add value to the headline. So you could do something like without blank, or without spending a single dollar on ads. Now, that's not what I teach, and you might be able to, but super simple. Now we have our headline. That's what we're talking about here. That's how simple this is. Okay, now I'm going to create another 1-column row because I'm going to add a video. This is going to be, oh, sorry. No, that's not what I'm going to do. We're doing a webinar registration page. So we're going to go 2-column, and I'm going to add an image. I'm going to upload something. I'll use this one. Okay. Okay. Look at that handsome fella. You know, you could get fancy with it again, but I really suggest you don't. So I'm not even going to show you how. But you got your headline, your subheadline, and then over here, we're going to go with the mini headline. In this training, you'll discover something like that. In this training, you're going to discover how to X without Y. So use the same headline framework in your subheadlines, but make sure it supports what you're actually going to be teaching on your webinar. Okay, so you can come over here to advanced, and you can change the check to like a key or something. See that? Boom. You could even give the icon some color, maybe gold. How to X without Y. We're going to give like 4 to 5 key points, and you could even do something like the most effective way to blank. In this training, you'll discover 5 ways you are doing wrong, doing whatever it is wrong. How the blank method saves entrepreneurs. Look at that, I spelled it right. Method saves entrepreneurs blank time. So you see how I've frameworked that the most effective way. So like I said, at the end of this, you're going to get this. Now, what we're going to do is go with another one column. We'll add a button. This button is going to say free access to the training. This is where I get a little fancy, I guess, but I like to make it big and bold so they know where to take action. I make the corners a little bit bigger. I get rid of the border. I make it no shadows. I give it some vertical space, like 20, and then I'll go fluid and do fill width. But what I'm going to do is take this column and bring it in. So you can see how the button is shrinking a little bit. First, you click the button and you need to set the action to open the pop-up. Now we'll duplicate it and move it up. Okay, so I want this button to be in two places. And it seems a little bit redundant, but I'm getting 51% conversion rate on this exact funnel setup. Okay, it's super simple, I know, but it freaking works. Okay, so we'll delete that. None of this other stuff matters. You are going to need a footer, so I'll just keep this the way it is. I like to go with black here. And then make sure you have a privacy and terms and conditions. So you need that down here. Facebook policies requires it for you to advertise, or you'll get your account shut down. That's happened to me before. Take my word for it. Okay, look at that, boom. Now what we need to do is come over to mobile. So we're gonna go over here to mobile size and click in here and bring it down to where it's, not so all the page, So do that for everything here. Make sure it's, in a nice little format. Do the same thing for the button, about like that. Yeah, something like that, okay? Now keep the image the way it is. We can probably keep that the way it is. We can just really just keep these the way they are, although I'd probably bring it down to like 22 for all of these because you're gonna have more text there. All right, so that's how simple it is. Now what's gonna happen is we need to create our pop-up. So I'm just gonna go with this one just to save some time here because it doesn't really matter. You could, and your barrier of entry with just an email address is going to drastically improve your conversion rates. Although, what we're really trying to do is attract the right people. So your message is going to bring the right people in. So you need to do that part first in order to make sure that the people that are actually registering are the right people. Just because they registered doesn't mean they're, you're getting the best conversions. Because you might be wasting money on the leads that you're actually getting by not having your message down. Okay, register your spot now, something like that. I'll just do something like save your seat, something like that. So because this is an automated webinar, I would say something like send me the address for the link. Never spam or sell your information. Okay, as simple as that. And here we've got a border. You don't really have to worry about it. I'll just leave it because again, it doesn't have to be super fancy. This will work, but make sure you go into mobile while you have your pop-up open, okay? And make sure that it's mobile friendly. Boom. We got what we need. So make sure you always save it, then go into your description and put your description, do your keywords, your name, and put an image with it, okay? And make sure you save it. So now we have our first page, okay? Now we'll go into our webinar page. And the nice thing is you really could just take these templates. This Facebook placeholder is gonna be something for, you'll attach your group or your page, and when someone leaves a comment, it'll put it actually on the group or page. But we're not going to do that. We're actually going to start from scratch. something like that. Okay, you could put your logo in here. You could put something like that. Now when they read that, they're like, okay, I need to stay, because that's what you really want. When it comes to your video, this is automated. So I use Vimeo or Wistia. Don't use YouTube because of the branding. I mean, it's not, you can, but Vimeo is fairly inexpensive. I think probably a couple $100 for the year. You can pay monthly, I'm pretty sure. But get a Vimeo video here. And then there's also another tool called Plus This that will track the time that people actually watch this, and then communicate with your active campaign, your auto responder, or your email provider, and tag them based on if they watch it, if they don't watch it, if they saw the offer, if they saw or if they check out, if they purchase, so Plus This will actually coordinate with your video with Vimeo or Wistia, as well as your active campaign, so that you can track where people are falling off and make adjustments. Okay, get rid of this, because this is all that's really necessary. Once they have registered, you bring them right to the webinar. Don't waste their time. We'll go one column and we'll add a button. And maybe depending on what you're offering, if you're offering a masterclass, you could put get access to the masterclass now, something like that. So now this page should take you to your actual sales page, but you'll have to set that up. So when you want to do that, put in the URL of the page that you want them to go to. The thing that I'm also going to do here is add a little bit of text, because this is only going to populate once they've seen a certain amount of the video. You don't want this to show before they've even seen the offer. You want this to show at the right time. So you're going to record your video live, maybe do it a few times so you get it down, and then you'll automate it. You'll trim out the fat, and then at the time you make your offer, this button will pop up, and I'll show you how to do that. You could even set up a timer if you want. You could do countdown, minute timer, and then set 30 minutes or something like that. Let's go 15. You can put a redirect. So once the timer ends, it takes them to a different page. Maybe you're having a sale. If they watch the webinar and get access then, that way you're actually representing the offer. You're not just trying to clickbait them. Okay, so now we've got a timer. We've got a button that should take us to the masterclass. And now what we're going to do is take this whole row, go to advanced, go to animation, time delay, fade in, or you could do fading with scale. It doesn't freaking matter. So let's say you make the offer at 60 minutes. Okay, then you put 60 minutes there. We're going to do 1 minute. Actually, we're going to do 10 seconds. Okay, just so you can see how this works. But you'll want to adjust that as well. Okay, so now we've got that. Again, make sure you've got your footer. So something you can do is when you create your footer, you can click save and type in footer. And then anytime you go to build another page, you just click this and then go to my sections and put in, see, we've got all of these different sections made to save as a template. So you can just pop your footer right in. Something that I'd like to share is you can also create a mobile and desktop version. So if I wanted to say like just this text and I wanted different text on mobile, I could separate them. So now this is, I can change this and it won't change anything on the mobile version. So you can do that with sections, columns, all of it. What I'm gonna do though is make this back to, all of them, okay? So I'm gonna let you use this framework, okay? I'm not gonna change much about this page because it really doesn't matter. You're gonna have your headline here, but your headline is gonna be different than your webinar. So it's gonna be like, you know, brand influence method. Okay, get access to the masterclass now. Okay, I'm not going to mess with the colors, but right here, you're going to want to make this where you can send people and follow up and they know why they're here. So the video is going to do a lot of that explaining. So I would keep that there. Add a VSL, video sales letter. I've done frameworks, shown you frameworks on how to actually do that. Okay. Always have a bonus. You need to make sure that you're always having bonuses, and make sure that the bonuses that you use are actually more valuable than what you're actually offering. You need to add so much value, especially in today's day and age. How do you stand out? And make sure that they get everything they need. Don't, try to leave something out so you can upsell it to them. There's a way to set up your offers so that you can actually have upsells and downsells, but give them what they need, but have something else that allows them to maybe scale what they did. So if it's like, here's how to build a high converting sales funnel. Well, if you want, I can also give you the ad copy swipe file for an extra $27. I can also give you my email swipe file for another $27. So those are upsells, right? This is going to be your description, but you don't need all that garbage. So again, I like to use the how to X without Y framework always for these things here. So for your bullet points, use bullet points. Okay, your bullet points are so powerful. It's like it's showing you each item you get when you register, plus 2 bonuses. So you're gonna, and then maybe you have a value of $9.97 or something like that. So give each of them a value, and then these are your testimonials. Something else you can do too, in order to make your fonts fit everything that you're doing a lot faster, is go to type settings, typography, and then go here and type in what you want. I want some of that, and this is your subheadline. So now everything is in the font that I wanted. You see how that changed everything? And always have a guarantee. What is your guarantee? Because if your thing is actually that good, then it shouldn't matter. Okay, so what are you waiting for? Click this button to get instant lifetime access. Okay, so this is really going to depend on what you're actually offering. Again, so this is actually going to be taking you to the checkout page where you're actually going to be checking out. Okay, so now we've got our sales page. We want to mobile optimize. Save it. Order page. Going to be super simple. All right, so you could have all this if you'd like as a reminder. To me, it's not necessary. So what we're gonna do, and you could add in your logo and your support. That's fine. I'm going to delete this stuff though. And I'm gonna go into settings, go to background to get rid of this blue. I'll just delete that, make this white. Okay, now we've got our checkout page. Mobile optimize and save. Make sure you put your footer here. Confirmation page. I'll let you do this one because it's access your order now. Then if you're a purchase, you can access your masterclass files below. And then it's going to tell them what they paid for, how much it was, and a link to access it. Now, if you're using Kajabi, you might want to put in here that the login information is going to be sent to their email, and then your branding stuff here. Okay, boom. I'm not changing anything more than that. Webinar replay, your case study. This is going to be your case study video. Let's see here. Do a headline. how whoever their name is was able to get result. Okay, so however they were able to get the result, use it as a headline and make it your very best testimonial. We're going to keep it that simple. We're actually going to clone this funnel step because I've already, I don't want to recreate it. It's literally going to be the same, but it's going to be objection 1, objection 2, and your FAQs. This could be either a video. I suggest that you do a video covering all of the FAQs that you do, but you can also do, just a list of, and like a question answer type of scenario. Now you guys have a funnel that you can actually just plug in. Sweet. So make sure that your buttons are all attached to the right pages. So if, on your webinar, when that button pops up, so we can actually test this, right? So let's go ahead and do that. We're going to open it up. So let me go back. CoinMarketCap, Bitcoin, what's up? So when we click on this button, it's going to take us to the actual live page. So you see, this is what our page looks like. We'll click this button and it opens the pop-up. We can put in our email, access the training, and it brings us to the video, the webinar, the actual webinar. So within 10 seconds, we'll see this pop up below. Boom. Now once we actually link the button to the sales page, it'll take us there, but it's not going to take us anywhere because we didn't link it yet. So we can go to that now. So now we've got our sales page, boom, testimonials, money back guarantee, our video sales letter, our headlines. It's all good to go. Our order form, boom. So when it comes to our order page here, we want to go to products and add our product. So you'll click add product and actually go in and fill in the details. And you've seen how simple these 4 pages are, so we won't even go into those. But the buttons should be bringing them back to either the order page or the sales page, most likely the sales page. Okay. Just to reiterate, make sure you go to publishing and you're always making sure the path is representing what page it is. And then it's also for your sake in regards to when you do your advertising, because ClickFunnels is going to auto-populate a forwarding URL if you don't put anything. So make sure it's your own. So when you use those links in your advertising, they're going to the right place, you're tracking the right things, etc. And then also make sure you do that here again, right? If we go to settings here, we can add a domain. Your domain is going to be under your account settings. Make sure you have your path set up. This is your Stripe account. So when you go live, make sure your Stripe is integrated. I'm not going to go into that. You can test it by turning test mode on. Okay. I don't worry about any of this other stuff, and then save and update the settings. You can also archive the funnel. Okay, so that's it. Oh my God, an hour and 7 minutes with y'all. I hope this was freaking worth it. So what I'm going to do is share this funnel with you guys. In the comments, you can actually get access to the funnel. You just click that link. If you have ClickFunnels already, it'll import it directly into your sales funnel. Okay, so that's it for today, guys. Whew! But you see how quick that was, how simple it really needs to be. And now you can actually get access to it directly into your sales funnel. That right there is worth $1,000. So I hope you enjoy it. If you do, make sure to like this page. Make sure to subscribe. I did this for free. I really enjoy doing it anyway. So if you haven't subscribed already, make sure to do that. If you're not a part of the it used to be Sales Funnel Discussion Group, and now it's Simplified Sales Solutions on Facebook. It's private. Just request to join. I'll accept your requests. And every Tuesday and Thursday at 2 p.m. Mountain Standard Time, I go live to talk about ads, funnels, and follow-up for coaches, consultants, and any service provider, as well go to callwithshane.com. I have a free 30-minute training that's going to teach you everything you need to know about developing your message, getting clear on that so you can attract your perfect prospect and have the process that you, or the sales process that you use actually work and actually convert to the people that you actually want to work with. But now you have a funnel. Peace, love, and more sales, y'all.